Terry Burton, the man I never met. The man I never met. Terry Burton.
It was a cold, wet day, and I found myself ankle deep in what I could only pray was the mud of a stock pit, surrounded by pungent cattle. I extended my hand to a stranger, hoping the new aroma was also from the cows. Long, stringy gray hair, sharp blue eyes, and just a hint of a smile. Not a word was spoken. He just nodded his head as I was introduced to him as our new pastor to the man called Snake. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, this is the man I never met. Most of us go through life with our head down, focused on our own world, on those people who immediately impact our life. Oh, we may be LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter and feel like we're connected, but in reality, we never take the time to reach out and touch the lives of other people around us. Now, I ran into Snake over the next 2 years, worked with him side by side on multiple occasions, whether it was roofing a house or fixing a porch for some neighbors that were a little down on their luck. Maybe it was fighting a fire with the volunteer fire department, or even just going by him on the road as he's there at the side in his 70s vintage Impala and his oversized trailer hauling junk out of the ditch for salvage. Now, if you ask anybody in the community about old Snake, they'll tell you 3 things, usually. He don't say much. You know, he always carries a gun. I just wish he would change his clothes and bathe a little more often. But in any group, there's one story that they'll always tell about Snake. It was an early fall morning, and Snake was headed out for a meeting and an appointment in town. He loaded up in his spray-painted maroon Impala. Just as the mist is rising off the fields, he's going down the road. As he rounds a curve, there's a deer. Bang! That deer's down. Now Snake, not being one to waste what Mother Nature provides, gets out and drags that old deer around and stuffs him right in the back seat of his car. Gets back in and heads on into town, rubbing his hands mentally, at least I'm sure, thinking about the great meals that's going to provide. Just as he's rounding the last curve into town, he looks in his rearview mirror and there's a set of antlers. The snake, the deer, somewhat frightened at this point, being trapped, begins to pummel poor old Snake with his front hooves, head, shoulder. Snake, desperate to get away from this, whips into the first parking lot in town, which just happens to be City Hall and the police station. As with wheels squealing, he brings it to a stop, slams it into park, hits the door with his shoulder, rolls out, pulls out his gun, boom, boom! 2 shots right into the back seat of his own car. Now, the police officers who'd been exiting the building at that point in time were somewhat taken aback. At the sound of the shots, they all hit the ground. They came up with their guns out. Half of them pointed at Snake, half of them pointed at his car. They weren't sure where the danger might lie. Snake, on his part, set the gun down, backed up, began to dust himself off. The police officers surrounded him, Snake, in the car. There they found his victim, deceased. Now, if you ask Snake about that, he'll say 2 things. Yep, they gave me a ticket for hunting out of season. And they kept my deer. Said it was evidence. I didn't see much of Snake the third year I was in the community. I heard he was ill, and one afternoon his wife came and visited with me. And she said that Snake had passed away. And I obviously shared my condolences with her. And she said, also, Snake wanted you to do his funeral. And I said, well, I barely know Snake. I'd be honored to help, but I don't know the man. She said, I can help. The next day I end up with a box, an old tattered cardboard box on my desk. And it's when I opened the lid of that box that I found out the man I never met. You see, Snake served 2 tours in Vietnam. And in the 18 months that he was in country, he won a Silver Star, a Bronze Star, a Purple Heart, and 3 citations for meritorious service. At a single phone call from his wife, 5 veterans who had served with him showed up to escort him to his final resting place. And it was at this point that I realized I had missed such a wonderful opportunity. I had never taken the time to touch this man's life. And that would be my lesson for each of us today. Toastmasters teaches a wonderful ancillary skill of listening. If you think about it, we all learn to be listeners. And my encouragement to you today is for you to use that skill. Get out of your box. Look around you. See the people that you come in contact with and listen to them. Whether it's the quivering tears of a child or the misty-eyed remembrance of one of our seniors, take the time to invest in them. Listen to their story. You never know. They just may need to tell you the story. Or it may be a story you just need to hear. This doesn't